All right. Hey, music lovers. It's Byron with Musical Miles Podcast. We're here at the Roadhouse in Chalice, Idaho with Shannon, Dierks, and Willy, Canada. So thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, guys, to stop by and visit with us.
Of course.
We just had the chance to interview your dad, and what a great guy. And we've been huge Cody Canada fans since back in the cross Canadian rag week days, the early days, right? So we've watched you kids grow up. We actually got to meet you guys. You won't remember this because you meet millions of people, but Shannon and I got to meet you at the Mile Zero Fest in Key West, Florida, and have a picture. You guys were a little shorter.
Yeah.
This has been, I think, 2019 or 2020.
That's a while ago.
So it's been a while ago, but we got to see you guys perform there with your dad.
Yes, we
and that was so cool.
Yeah.
So we've. But the other cool thing is and I didn't get a chance to really talk to Cody about it much, but we've been to Austin, Texas, and been by the School of Rock.
Yeah.
And you guys are so instrumental in that whole program, and that's you kids kind of went through that, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. I'm on my very last season. On August, was it 17th?
August 18th will be,
18th
yeah.
is my last show,
out.
with the School of Rock.
Yeah. But he's working there too. You know,
Okay.
He's teaching some young ones guitar skills and
Whatnot.
you know, we'll still be around. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, cool. So, and now was this alternative school to a regular school, or no? It's just music, just strictly music.
Just music. Yeah.
So, tell me a little bit about that concept. I mean, who came up with the idea and?
So it's a franchise.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's around the world. There's about 365 schools.
Okay.
All over the place.
Okay.
Brazil, Ireland, Australia, Thailand. Yeah, all over the place. So when Dierks was about 11, he started to be interested in playing guitar. But he didn't want his dad to teach him, you know, which is common, you know.
Right.
So we did the normal thing and signed him up for, you know, guitar lessons with a local guy who was teaching. But it was just very inconsistent. You know, he would cancel on us all the time. And
I started learning guitar too.
Yeah.
You started learning guitar.
He started with guitar.
I started learning guitar. Yeah.
Yeah. And they got to the point where they were just like on their tablets watching YouTube to teach them themselves, right? And then I was like, I don't want them to be the kids that never leave their bedroom, you know, like the weird kids. So I just started researching it and found the franchise. There's one in San Antonio.
Okay.
But it was just too far back and forth. And then I was like, New Braunfels needs this.
Yeah.
So we just decided to open one.
I think it was one of the first times we ever went to Austin. We were there, and I don't remember what year it was, but it was not too long after you guys had opened it because we follow you on social media, and so we said we got to go by the School of Rock and check it out. So we went by and checked it out. But we love Green Hall. We love that little area, that town, and we've never seen a show there. So we've been there 3 times. I've been there 3 times. Shannon's been there twice, but never got to see a show yet. But gonna make it back. Probably in December. Django invited me to come down to his tribute to his dad in December. So looking forward to that. But I really love the concept of the School of Rock because I started to play the guitar a long time ago and didn't stick with it.
Yeah.
Right.
No. And then finally decided in December, I'm 63 years old, decided I was going to force myself to learn. So I learned YouTube and the app.
Ultimate Guitar.
G-Tabs, Ultimate Guitar.
Yeah.
And it's so cool because, you know, that old adage, you know, three chords of the truth. If you know 3 chords, you can play hundreds of songs.
Yeah.
I know more than 3 now, but it's been a process. So I love that you kids have just been so successful at your field.
Yeah.
Your drum playing is pretty freaking amazing. Yeah. So you kind of have to be rock stars, right? They're namesakes.
Well, yeah.
We try.
Yeah, different genre for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, and their music keeps getting heavier and heavier.
Cody tells me you're all a bunch of metalheads. So what's your go-to?
So growing up, Iron Maiden was my thing. Yeah. And now I listen more to what they do, just because they're in control of the radio most of the time. But we listen to a lot of new metal. I like the older stuff like Korn, that kind of thing. They listen to the younger versions of that genre. Motionless in White, Ice Nine Kills, stuff like that.
We're both wearing Motionless hoodies right now.
Motionless in White's a big one.
We go to a lot of
Is that a big? Yeah, I'm an old guy, right? And I'm like, my genre is this. Your dad, the bronze, but absolutely. Well, we just love music, right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
And doesn't matter what it is. We've actually gone to a couple of Andrea Bocelli concerts.
Nice.
I mean, we love just live music. Music in general. It's just good for you, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, Willie also listens to a lot of they call it sad girl music. He listens to
sad girl music.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like
it's like slower acoustic stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they listen to this genre too. Like they're fans of Morgan Wade and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we saw Morgan with
Jamie
Alanis
Lynn,
Morissette.
Alanis
Morissette had to be
top 5 concert.
She was awesome.
She was so good.
Really.
So good. Her vocal control is amazing.
Yeah.
Her voice hasn't changed from the 90s.
Yeah, it hasn't at all.
Isn't that amazing? So we've seen 2 older performers in the last month. We saw Stevie Nicks. And Stevie's had the same voice coach for 34 years.
Yeah.
And incredible. And then we just saw Tanya Tucker. And believe it or not, Tanya was killer.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
that's really cool.
But anyway, so tell me, so what do you got going on? You guys writing some of your own music?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
We have 2 new songs recorded.
Yeah, we're dropping one. Can we say this yet?
Yeah.
All right, we're dropping a new song on September 28th.
Awesome.
It's called Uzumaki. It's by Waves in April. Go listen to it. It's gonna be awesome. But
perfect.
Yeah. It's heavy.
We have 5 others written or something like that are just not. They're just kind of in the background.
Those relationships where they kind of get in a groove with their original stuff. They record in Dripping Springs at a place called The Orb.
Okay.
It's owned by the guys from Blue October.
Okay.
So the bass player for Blue October, super great guy.
Matt Noveski, he's awesome, man.
He is really good, super talented. But he also has a passion for kids and what they do.
Yeah.
So he's kind of taken them under his wing and he produces their stuff and. It's just
Super
been a
nice
really,
guy.
really nice experience.
He listens to us, and we listen to him, and it's a very good mutual understanding of what we want, but he also has some input, and it works out.
Yeah.
It works out.
Well, I think it's key that you have say so in your music and the recording process. I know nothing about that, right? But I know good music, right? And I know that it takes a lot. And you're lucky to have your mom, as your manager, right? You're managing Waves and Cody.
I mean, I try to stay a little arms length away so they can make their own decisions and stuff. But I definitely tell them what they shouldn't do. Sure. Or what could get them in a bad spot. You know? It's a slimy business.
Well, listen, life's a slimy business, right? We raised 4 children. We have 9 grandkids. We have we've experienced life and 1 great grandchild. So we've been there, and not whether it's music or whatever related. You're always going to be a mom, Shannon.
Absolutely.
And these boys are always going to be your babies,
100%,
right? So, but that's cool that you are so involved, and that's what I told Cody. I love that you guys are together all the time. Wherever we've been, we see you there, and we follow you on social media, and we see what goes on, and we know how tight knit you are. And that's so cool. So
thanks.
The music's cool. Thank you.
We dig it. We that's pretty much all we do. I mean, even in our downtime, we go to concerts.
Yeah, well, I know festivals. You do. I know you guys were in Vegas when saw Shania.
Yes.
Which I love.
Going back to Vegas in October.
You going where?
Going back to Vegas in October.
You going back to Vegas for who?
It's a festival called When We Were Young.
Oh yeah.
It's a bunch of old emo and pop punk bands and stuff like that.
Oh really?
My Chemical Romance and Fall Out Boy, stuff like that.
Yeah, and
not super old, but
me and my dad were
super old. You're looking at
super old.
Me and my dad were gonna try to go see the Eagles at the Sphere together.
You know what? I would kill to see the Eagles. Shannon and I were in Miami for her birthday in March, and the Eagles were playing, and the tickets were $1,000. And I'm like, I'm probably not gonna. We're not gonna go see the Eagles. But I took her to Cher. We've been to see Cher, which is cool. We've seen Shania. We Stevie Nicks, which we talked about that. Oh my gosh, we've seen a lot of different bands, but this is our love, right? This genre, the Americana, Texas country, red dirt stuff is just the best. Yeah.
Well, and not just the music of it, the family, these guys, anybody on stage, no matter what year it is, there's just always, fixing family.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
Well,
what
it's
makes it special.
technically it is. It's a reunion, and
Yeah.
it's a reunion even for the fans, right?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
We've met so many people here. It's crazy.
Yeah, and Mile Zero's like that too.
Oh yeah,
I like
yeah.
it.
And we're gonna try and make it back to Mile Zero this year with the podcast. This is, our goal with the podcast is to share music, your music, everyone's music, and
awesome.
and with
we play Mile Zero every year too.
Yeah, I know you do. And so we gotta get back out there and see you and but we want to share the music and let people know because not everybody knows the backstory, right?
For sure.
And that's what and Cody and I talked about in our interview up there, the stories about the music, right?
Yeah.
Why they wrote that song, what motivated them. We talked about 17, which is one of my favorite songs that Cody, wrote.
Yeah.
And he told me about him and Jason Boland. He said I gave Jason writing credit on it because he came up with the name, the title. So, but well, cool. So what else you got going? Where are you going? Are you touring? I know you guys do some shows.
Yeah, we just got off we're coming out of a break because we were recording stuff.
Okay.
And we're getting everything planned to release.
Also just got back from a 10-day tour with School of Rock.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, summertime for the School of Rock is when the public school kids are out of school.
Okay.
So we do a lot of touring. We've taken them to we did Rock in Rio one year. We went to Portugal. We went to Spain.
Oh,
pretty
wow.
Cool. Yeah.
New Orleans.
They played Summerfest several times, but this year we did like a 10-day tour with another school out of the Houston area.
Okay.
So all 35 kids on a tour bus, and it was so fun. It was
cool. And you got to go be chaperone? Is that the deal?
Yeah.
We're doing Green Hall.
Oh, you guys are playing Green. When are you guys playing Green Hall?
October 25th.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
25th, yeah. Yeah, Waves in April and my dad.
I play with Cody a lot.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. I'm really excited for that show. The crowds there are always killer.
You know what? I got to get to a show there.
The energy in that
it's
room.
great.
It's just so
and
historical.
it always sounds good, the sound guys are top notch. It's just,
Yeah.
It's a
There's
good
no
venue.
air conditioning, so it's hot as hell. But
That's why it's in October.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to go to a show at Green now. Right?
No. It's a little hot.
That's why you like coming to Idaho this time of year.
Oh my God. Yeah.
and this morning was beautiful. It was so cool.
Yeah, it was a little cool even for me though. But
It's chilly.
I did a little precursor that I put on social media, and I said, hey, you know what? We woke up to some rain this morning, but that's not going to stop the music or the fans.
Yeah.
And now what a beautiful day.
That's cool. Yeah.
So
So where are you guys based?
So we're at a little town called Shelley, Idaho. It's just 10 miles south Idaho Falls.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're not that far,
Yeah.
two and a half
Cool.
hours
Yeah,
from here. And so we're close. We saw Reckless and Mickey and those guys play in Sun Valley before they ever went to
When
Austin.
they were little.
And then we
Yeah.
saw them when they were little at the ski resort, not a resort, but ski hill, Parmerell. And Muzzy and the boys, Mickey was about that tall, and
Oh, that's awesome.
and he was still back in his yodeling days.
You knew Muzz.
Well, we knew of Muzzy and didn't really know him personally, but but no, we've known
cool.
him. Idaho music and of course Pinto,
Yeah.
and the Motel Cowboys, just a great deal.
Yeah.
And I asked Cody if you guys had a chance to listen to Buddy DeVore today. He was the first band up before you
I
left
asked him
to
this
come over.
morning if you knew who that
And that
was.
guy was amazing. That's the first we've ever heard of him, but he's from New
Right.
Plymouth, Idaho. So another
Oh,
Idaho
cool.
guy, right?
Sweet.
So
Cool.
so we
Very
got some cool Idaho people
We
around
were
that.
curious if he was related to George.
Well, and that's what I can't answer that question. Shannon asked the same question. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, well, guys, we don't want to hold you up.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
we gotta go
much.
catch Bree.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so much. Yeah, we want to go see Bree as well. So,
Yeah.
Thank you
Well,
so much.
You. Thanks for supporting everything that we
well,
do.
and thank you for
thanks so
taking
much.
the time out of your
Thank
schedule
you.
to meet with us. And
Yeah,
we
of
look
course.
forward to seeing you down the road again
Yeah,
somewhere. And,
yeah.
and we'll visit some more.
Sweet.
So,
Thank
if you guys ever, I mean, we're always, and if you know anybody else that would like to sit down with us and have a conversation on the podcast, we'll start posting this stuff. It'll come out next week. So,
Sweet, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you.
hey, for Musical Miles Podcast, I'm Byron Duff, and adios.